Yo, what in the world? This is actually going from bad to worse. This is my Game of Thrones instant reaction video. I just got finished watching Game of Thrones season 5, episode 4, the last season. And ooh boy, it is Jesus Christ, man. This episode actually I like this episode more than episode 3, and I explain why. I'm always interested in seeing the way people play or way people interact with other people. This episode reminded me of like the Godfather. If anybody seen the Godfather movies, this episode reminded me of the Godfather movies. Now, for those who don't know, episode 3, the Long Night, the episode Arya Stark kills the Night King, the war between the living and the dead, all that stuff. The war's over now. The war between the living and the dead is over now. Now they're starting to, lick their wounds, so to speak, regroup, sort of celebrate their victory, and just figure out what their next plan is. Because now that the Night King is gone, so the next target is Cersei Lannister. And they're trying to figure out what's the best way to deal with her, because now the tension is there now. If I were to give this particular episode a term or a phrase, I will call this episode conflict of interest. And the conflict of interest on many different fronts. First, the scene starts off with they are with Jon Snow, Daenerys, all them. They're giving their fallen soldiers, a proper send off. People are crying. They show Mormont. They show both the Mormonts. Lyanna and Jorah, Mormont, they're gone. Who else? Well, we all know who's gone. People were just, in mourning. You go from the mourning scene, mourning, to the just the celebratory scene. People are drinking. People are giving their congratulations. People are just reflecting, just celebrating just a victory. But in that celebration, you can see tension. You can sense tension. You see tension. You see the tension between Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow, because now they know the truth. So you see that tension. Then you see the tension between Sansa Stark and Daenerys. You see that tension going on. It's just a lot of subtle. Like, it's the kind of tension that everybody in the room may not know, but certain people know, right? So whenever someone praises Jon Snow, they'll cut to Daenerys Targaryen hearing the praise. And you see the tension in her face. Whenever they're praising Daenerys Targaryen, you'll see Sansa Stark with tension in her face. Jon Snow barely spoke because Jon Snow is torn between two things: his family and his love, which is also his family. There's the matter of that. There's the matter of his actual lineage. And all the while, Daenerys is still thinking about the Iron Throne. Jon Snow doesn't want the throne. He doesn't want it. But Daenerys is like, look, Daenerys sees that the people love him. The same way how they love Daenerys, they love Jon Snow. And she sees that. She sees his charisma, his magnetic personality as competition for her, because even if he never wanted any title. He never wanted to be the king of the North. He never wanted to be the rightful heir. However, his actions and deeds show him to be a proper leader, and people love him for that. But they also feel the same way about Daenerys, and Daenerys wants the throne. So she sees Jon Snow as her lover, her love, and her competition, conflict of interest. So I'm gonna skip some scenes. Now we get to the point where Jon Snow and Daenerys are arguing about, like Daenerys doesn't want anybody to know, because if people knew that that Jon Snow is the rightful heir, then they will look at Jon Snow more than look at Daenerys. So she doesn't want him to talk about it. He's like, look, I don't want the throne, so it don't matter who I tell, I don't want it. She's like, look, it doesn't matter what you want. If people know who you really are, they're gonna push you towards the throne. They want you, they people love you. She's like, don't tell nobody. Really, it was really her just saying, look, I want the throne for me. Like, forget this, I want it for me. If you love me, you won't tell anybody who you really are. And he says he won't do it, but it gets to the point where they're at the branch tree. We got Bran Stark, Arya, and Sansa Stark with Jon Snow talking. Arya is telling Jon Snow, like, look, me and Sansa don't mess with Daenerys. We know you love Daenerys, but we ain't feeling her. We just ain't feeling her. It's just something about her. It just don't vibe right with us. You're our family, and we love you. So we'll keep our mouth closed because we love you. But for real, we ain't feeling you. We ain't feeling her. And then Jon Snow's like, look, I got something to tell y'all. I wasn't supposed to say anything, but if I tell you, you have to swear to keep it a secret. I'll get to that later. You have to swear to keep it a secret. If I tell you this information, you have to swear to, right? Don't say a word. They're like, okay, we swear. And look, yeah, I'm your family. Jon Snow, yes, I am your family, but a different kind of family. I'm not your bastard brother. I'm not your illegitimate brother. I'm your cousin. I'm your blood cousin. And uh Jon Snow asks Bran to explain, because he knows the full story and all the details, so he tells them. And Arya is like, okay, cool. I keep quiet. Sansa, this girl, she can't hold water. There's always somebody who just can't keep their mouth shut for nothing. So Sansa's all bent out of shit because she can't tell nobody. And really, she's actually happy about this, because that means that she can kind of throw it in Jon Snow's, not Jon Snow. Sansa's happy about this news because she can kind of throw it in Daenerys Targaryen's face, which is technically her aunt, also her aunt. Is it aunt? Yeah, Daenerys is their aunt, and Daenerys is Eddard Stark's sister-in-law. So anyway, but since Sansa Stark doesn't like Daenerys, she's actually like, you know what? I want to tell somebody, because I could just stick it in. I never liked Daenerys, Sansa speaking, but this is something I can kind of hold over her head. Like, you're not really the ruler. My cousin is the rightful ruler. You may be my aunt, but you ain't the rightful ruler. So she has a conversation with Tyrion. Tyrion is very good at reading people. Tyrion can tell that she's hiding something. She's holding something in that she wants to tell. She wants to tell somebody. So Sansa's the first one to crack. She tells Tyrion. Tyrion now knows. He tells I forgot the other advisor's name. I forgot his name. He tells him, you're like, look, now we know, but now there's a conflict between what's the name and Tyrion, because he got two advisors that have different points of view that are conflicting. The main goal is the Iron Throne. That's the main throne. That's the main goal. But one thinks that Jon Snow would be a good leader, and the other, Tyrion, thinks that Daenerys would be thinks he should. Tyrion thinks that Daenerys should be the ruler. He believes in her, but he's conflicted about whether or not she really is. If she really is a good, will she be a good leader? So there's a conflict there. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get to this. Let me get to this. Gendry has officially been curved the worst I've ever seen. But it was a subtle curve. It was a subtle no. He's been made. He's been given a title by Daenerys Targaryen. She's so happy that he wants to marry Arya Stark. You know, that last episode they had sex with each other, her first time. He's so smitten by her that he was like, look, I want you to be my queen. I want you, or not queen. I want you to rule. I want you to be my wife, and we can rule this land side by side. You think it's all good, and she gives him the long kiss, look in his eyes, and say, "You'll be an excellent warden or whatever you're going to be, and the lady that you marry will be happy to be with you. But I'm not a lady. I never have been. Sorry, my dude. It was a good time we had last night, but hey, it was a one time thing." She pretty much got the draws from Gendry in debt. She she got the draw. She wanted to have sex before she died. If she was to die, she got what she wanted, and she know how it feels now. And she's like, I'm good. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. Thank you that you love me, but I'm good. So he's been curved. Gendry has been curved, and he is, he's off somewhere. Brienne and Jaime Lannister. Sorry, Sir Brienne and Jaime Lannister have finally consummated their sexual tension. We all knew this day was going to come. We knew we could sense there's always some kind of tension between them, some kind of sexual tension between them. We knew it was going to happen one day, and it did. And this is the first time we have seen Brienne become vulnerable. Brienne has always had the mentality of a knight, a soldier, a warrior. She's never been seen as just a regular person with feelings and dealing with love. She's never had sex before. So she's finally had sex, and she is open. Her heart is open to Jamie. So much so that he goes off to King's Landing. Brienne doesn't want him to go. He goes off anyway, all because of Cersei. I'll get to her later. This Jamie leaving hits Brienne so hard that she starts crying. We've never seen that before. She starts crying. She's broken hearted about that. She's ah. So now we get to Cersei. Cersei, Cersei, Tyrion, they go to King's Landing to ask Cersei to surrender. Okay, Cersei knows this. She sets up something. They're on the boat. Daenerys is on. I'm sorry. Daenerys is on the dragon. She's flying. She got two dragons now. One of them is a little injured. She's on the other dragon flying. Jon Snow didn't go on the dragon. He went by horse to get there. And out of nowhere, one of the dragons gets shot out of the air by a bunch of giant arrows from what's his name? What's his name? One of the Greyjoys. I forgot his name. The Greyjoy. The one that had sex with Cersei. Can't remember his name. He comes out of nowhere and shoots the injured dragon out of the sky, kills the dragon. Dragon falls in the water. Boom. Dead. So now Daenerys is stuck with one dragon. Two of her dragons have been killed by freaking spear arrows. That's something right there. And now Daenerys is like, she's even more pissed off. Her boats have been shot all up by the giant arrows. And Missandei has been captured. Been captured and taken hostage. So now they get to the front gates of King's Landing. They unsully Tyrion, Daenerys are outside the gates, trying to negotiate some kind of peace, some kind of surrender, some kind of treaty, whatever. And the way Daenerys Targaryen, not Daenerys, the way that Cersei Lannister looks, so Cersei is a different type of evil. She is a different type of evil. Cersei, she's different. She is wicked. So Tyrion is trying to plead with Cersei to surrender. Like, we don't want no bloodshed. Just surrender, and no one gets hurt. It'll all be good. Cersei tells the Mountain. Well, Cersei gets Missandei beheaded. She walks up to Missandei and grabs her arm and say, "If you have any last words, now's the time." And Missandei's last words is Dracarys, which means burn. I'm assuming it means burn. Every time Daenerys says Dracarys, one of the dragons sets something on fire. So it means something about burn. So burn, pretty much. Missandei's last words, burn. Dracarys. And the Mountain beheads her. So now Cersei is responsible for another dragon dying and her best friend / right hand woman has been beheaded in front of her, which also means Grey Worm, Missandei's boyfriend, partner, he's pissed off now because now his girl, he just saw his girl get beheaded right in front of him. And once that happened, Tyrion knew there's no more talking. There's no more negotiating. There's no more peaceful talk. It has officially gotten from bad to worse. So pretty much Daenerys is going to be on a mission to burn everything. This has really gotten bad. This has really gotten bad. Like, yeah, the Night King was bad, But then Cersei is on a different level. See, the Night King was bad, but he wasn't petty. Cersei is dangerously petty. Cersei will do things out of spite. Cersei will kill you just because she knows it will piss somebody else off. See, the Night King had a mission, stuck with it. Night King wasn't petty. What makes Cersei so bad is that she is dangerous and petty. She will do whatever she can to get what she wants. That means if it means having sex with you, if it means killing somebody that you love, it doesn't matter. This has actually gotten from bad to worse. It's gone from bad to worse. Wow. I don't know what to expect for episode 5, but oh boy. This is this is gonna be wild. Anyway, that's my instant reaction. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all later. Peace.